Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moment. Imagine, in the fast-paced world of Korean entertainment, where gossip can explode in just seconds, there's one story that has split the fandom in two. A rumor that sounded so sweet to some people, but in reality was far from the truth. This is the story of the Taekook Nobu Malibu rumor that once stirred up the internet. But hold on, because behind that sensational news lies a truth you would never have imagined, and a sweet moment between Jimin and Jungkook that will warm your hearts again. The Korean entertainment world, especially among BTS fans, is always full of stories that spark curiosity. From sweet gossip to the most absurd rumors, everything can spread so quickly. However, not every story we hear is the truth. Sometimes, a piece of news is nothing more than the result of mistranslation, miscommunication, or even the wild imagination of a few people. And this time, we're going to talk about one of the most talked about rumors, the story of Taekook dating at Nobu Malibu, and reveal the actual facts. The beginning of the rumor. Nobu Malibu is a luxury restaurant often frequented by global celebrities. This restaurant was also once a place where Jimin and several other BTS members enjoyed a casual meal. So it's no surprise that when whispers surfaced about one of the BTS members visiting Nobu, fans immediately went into a frenzy. The rumor began when an anonymous account spread the news that Taeyoung and Jungkook were seen dining together at Nobu. The story sounded so romantic to Taekook shippers that they quickly built a narrative as if the two were on a date at the restaurant. But the truth was completely different. Let's break down the facts. The overlooked facts amid the buzz. 1. July 14, 2023, Jimin and Jungkook actually spent time having a meal together at home, far from the public eye. This wasn't just an ordinary meal, it was a warm reunion in the middle of their busy schedules. 2. Taeyoung in Los Angeles, on the same day, Tae had a meal with a friend who lives in Los Angeles. This was confirmed directly by Tae himself, meaning it had absolutely nothing to do with Jungkook at Nobu. 3. The root of the rumor, mistranslation. The Nobu date rumor came from a mistranslation of a live stream. Unfortunately, that wrong translation had already spread widely before most people got to hear the clarification. However, these facts didn't stop some shippers from twisting the story further. Even after July 16th, when Tae and Jungkook went live together in a car, the rumor was exaggerated even more, as if that live was proof of the supposed date. In reality, that Nobu date never happened. To some people, this rumor might sound trivial. But for those who understand how harsh the K-pop world can be, it's not a small matter. Jungkook and Jimin, known for their close bond, have often been the targets of fabricated narratives made to drive a wedge between them. It's not the first time the public has seen rumors like this make Jungkook's expressions during live streams look gloomy, as if something was weighing on his mind. But then, one sweet moment managed to bring that smile back. For casual fans, Are You Sure might just be a simple song. But for those who have followed Jimin and Jungkook's journey, this song is a symbol of intimacy, togetherness, and deeply meaningful private moments. On their trip to Connecticut, right on the first anniversary of Are You Sure, Jimin and Jungkook shared another conversation that made fans' hearts flutter. In the car, Jimin said with a slightly regretful tone, "I regret leaving." Those words were not just casual remarks. In the context of their relationship, it was a sincere confession from Jimin that he felt he had missed out on precious moments they should have spent together. Jungkook's reply? "It's too late to regret it. You should have enjoyed it and been grateful you're here." A simple answer, yet full of meaning. Jungkook didn't want Jimin to dwell on regret. For him, what mattered most was that they were together now. Those words felt like an invisible hug, erasing the guilt and replacing it with gratitude. That exchange might have lasted only a few seconds to an ordinary listener. But to them, it was a small piece of a long story full of struggles. Before that moment, Jimin and Jungkook had spent months barely seeing each other because of their busy individual schedules, solo promotions, personal projects, and commitments that created a distance between them. That's why the trip to Connecticut felt so special. It wasn't just a work trip, it was a reunion of two hearts that had missed each other deeply. Since then, observant fans began noticing changes in Jungkook. His face, which had often looked tired and down during previous live streams, now shone again. His smile was genuine, and his eyes sparkled like they used to. For many, this was undeniable proof that Jimin's presence had a profound impact on him. The song, Are You Sure?, was born from an emotional journey not everyone knows. Its lyrics, while light on the surface, carry many hidden messages understood only by those who have experienced such deep connection. For Jimin and Jungkook, this song isn't just music. It's a reminder of their journey, the times they had to reassure each other, protect each other, and choose each other even when the outside world tried to pull them apart. Every time the song plays, it's as if there's an invisible thread connecting their hearts. And for fans, Are You Sure? Is a symbol of hope that their closeness will endure, despite all the rumors and gossip. This story teaches us that not everything you hear online is true. The Nobu Malibu rumor is just one of many examples of how information can be twisted to fit a certain narrative. But in the end, the truth always finds its way. Jimin and Jungkook have proven that a genuine bond is not easily shaken by gossip. They may not always speak openly about their feelings, but small gestures, a returned smile, and moments like that car conversation on the way to Connecticut are enough to show everything. For those who truly understand, there's no need for proof in the form of photos or tabloid gossip. Just seeing the way they look at each other, support each other, and show up when it matters most, that's more than enough. Ultimately, this story isn't about disproving or winning an argument against a rumor. It's about celebrating the truth, cherishing real moments, and understanding that behind all the spotlight, there are two people who protect each other's hearts. In the end, rumors are just noise that fades quickly. But genuine moments? They remain forever in the heart. This story proves that Jimin and Jungkook don't need to prove anything to the world. Their returned smiles, meaningful glances, and shared moments are already the answer. See you in the next story, and remember, behind every rumor, there's always a truth waiting to be found.